Hello everyone and hello to my teacher. Today I'm going to talk about the most effective tip I have ever received. A few years ago, I had a huge argument with a close friend. In the heat of the moment, while I was completely furious, I decided to send a very harsh text messages and ended our friendship. Days later, when I calmed down, I realized I had made a terrible mistake, but the damage was already done. What problem does the tip solve? It solves the problem of emotional reactivity broken relationships and the painful consequence of permanent action based on temporary feelings. After saying how miserable I felt, my father gave me a valuable piece of advice. He told me, never make a decision or a promise when your emotions are in control. So, what do you have to do? Apply this tip? The strategy is called the 24-hour rule for emotional control. First, whenever a high stress situation occurs, immediate reactions must be avoided completely. Before a response is sent or a choice is made, a, a, cooling, a cooling off period of at least 1 day needs to be allowed. During this time, the problem should be aside. Instead, a walk is supposed to be taken or a completely different activity ought to be done to lower your adrenaline levels or your stress. Once the 24 hours have passed, the user can be analyzed with a clear mind. So now, how well does the tip work? In my experience, this tip works beautifully. At the first, I thought that the lion response would make me look weak, but I was wrong. In my view, conflict is resolved much better when arguments are present with logic instead of rage. Since I started applying this rule, I haven't had to apologize for reacting blindly. My relationships are protected much more efficiently, and major life choices are not longer based on temporary anger. So, in conclusion, I strongly believe that this is the best recommendation I have ever been given. If you are someone who struggles with a quick temper or often feels overwhelmed by frustration, this simple 20-hour delay ought to be tried as less ones. Regrets, and unnecessary arguments can easily be avoided if you give your mind time to calm down. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation.